Well, good morning, Newquay. Good morning, Spezia Organics. Good morning, Mandy. Welcome to the seminar on marine algae at Newquay College. This is a YouTube greeting, and I thought before you start, you might like to have a simple briefing on the law as it relates to collecting seaweed. I'm now looking out over Falmouth Bay, and this is Gillingvays Beach. So the question is, could we pick this seaweed up off the foreshore there, or the intertidal zone there, or if we took a boat out, could we dive down and detach seaweed from the seabed? And the answer is generally probably not. And it's all a matter of land ownership. This beach here is owned by Cornwall Council. If you want to go on to the beach for recreational purposes, that's fine. If you go on to the beach to collect seaweed, that seaweed technically belongs to Cornwall Council. If you wish to collect seaweed from the seabed below lowest astronomical tide, and we're about low water now, that seaweed is attached to land owned by the Crown Estate. They own the land, and therefore they own the seaweed. If you want to harvest that seaweed, that resource, you have to get the permission of the Crown Estate. There's another complicating factor. All these waters here, almost as far as I can see, constitute the Val Helford Marine Special Area of Conservation. Any activity such as seaweed collection has to be advised to the appropriate government agencies and an appropriate assessment undertaken to identify the cumulative impacts on the zone which is designated under the Natura 2000, the European nature designation. In addition, there's a complication. If you can see just over there is Rosemallion Head, that is a site of special scientific interest right in the distance. If you go down and detach seaweed from the rocks from the intertidal, that could very well be a criminal offence, purely because it's designated a site of special scientific interest. So in general, the issue is one of foraging for seafood. No problems really if you just go down for a handful of sea lettuce, but any meaningful collection, landowner's permission is required, whether that's the local estate, council, duchy, and certainly insofar as some tidal work is concerned, the Crown Estate have to be asked. And they will respond, okay, if you want to do that, go through the licensing procedure, and again you have to undertake an appropriate assessment or an environmental impact assessment. Probably the best way of ensuring continuity of our seaweed resource is to have several licensed pickers out at many times, and they themselves will control the unlicensed activity. And there are cases where gangs come down from up country, and for instance where there's marsh samphire, they just go and uproot the whole lot. So if we want to protect this area, we've got to do it lawfully and abiding by the appropriate regulations. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. I'll phone Jason up just after lunch. We're at the Maritime Museum looking at offshore renewable energy and aquaculture, and I look forward to seeing some of you on Tuesday at the conference on climate change at the Princess Pavilion. All the best. Cheers, Rory. This is a Condus Crispus production. Copyright 2009.